that's all the playing I'm going to do for this video. And I just wanted to talk about playing music, the value of music. We've had this topic before, and I think it needs to be revisited. So I hope you'll take a minute and two and listen to some thoughts that I wrote down this morning and posted on Facebook uh, here in the States. So music is something that anybody can do to whatever level they have the ability to do it to. And even if you just play the simplest of things, you know, a G word, a C word, and a D word, I can play hundreds of songs. If you just want to pick out a melody, I can sit and pick out melodies. I can write my own songs. Music is a gift that lasts an entire lifetime. It's one of those very few things that everyone can do, and it brings them joy for the rest of their life. So let's expand on that a little bit. If I had to do this all over again, I would say piano, piano, piano. And at least 1 year of it, 2 years of it, or continued while you're taking guitar lessons or violin lessons or whatever other instrument you really want to be playing. Piano just offers such a visual foundation to music theory. A stringed instrument like a guitar is really very difficult to learn music theory on. It's difficult to teach it on. A piano literally is black and white, black keys and white keys in a sequential order, and it just makes for a better instrument to understand how the mechanics of music works. You know, I've been playing a long time, and I am just now beginning to understand some of those things that I would have learned many years ago had I taken some piano lessons. Number 3, I love YouTube. But if I go to YouTube and I look up a song, there's 5 different people presenting how to play that song. And all 5 are different. So if you're a beginning player and you have no experience, it's really difficult to know which of those videos, and most of them are really good, but which one is the best one for you. As an experienced player, I like to watch 3 or 4 of them, or even 5. And then I pick and choose the things that I like, and then I listen to the original tune sometimes, and I can put together pretty much then what the original tune was. That's not really my style. I'm an improvisation player, so I like to listen to the tune and then make it, adjust it, change it, be creative, so that it's something that I enjoy playing. But that also takes, time and experience. So what I recommend is find a good teacher first. Your local area, I can guarantee you, whether you're here or in Asia, there are really fine teachers. And you have to find the teacher that you can relate to and that can provide you with the things that you want to learn. And there's 2 schools of thought. You have the teacher who teaches by a very specific method, such as taking classical guitar lessons, classical piano, violin. And there are people who just want to take music as a hobby, as an enjoyment. If you're a serious student and you're passionate about playing, you may want to go with someone who is very focused on teaching. In fact, I would recommend it, on teaching the style that you want to do. If you're a hobbyist, that person may not be the best fit for you. You want to find someone who's going to get you up and playing the things that you want to play for your own enjoyment first. So 2 schools of thought. I don't think either one is right or wrong. It's really what is best for you, for the student. In my teaching or sharing, I try to cater to each person and to their needs on an individual basis. I used to try to teach by a method, whether it was Mel Bay or Berkeley or whatever. And, you lost a lot of students because they all don't want to learn the same way. So, number 5, the instrument does not need to be an expensive instrument, but it does need to feel comfortable holding it, putting your hand around the neck, and it needs to be tunable. It needs to play in tune. There are countless stories of famous musicians who started out on very poor violins and very poor pianos and terrible guitars with actions that were very high. These people, and I got to be honest, I'm one of them. Not that I'm one of those great musicians, but I'm one of those people that my first guitar, which is sitting here in the room, was I paid $5 for it. It had a hole up here in the side covered with tape. The action wasn't bad, and the guitar did tune, but it was a beat-up instrument, had almost no money in it, and I played on that guitar for probably a couple years, several years actually, before I got a, quote, real guitar. So find an instrument that is playable, tunable, and comfortable in your hands, and most of us don't know what a good sounding instrument is until we've played for a while. So it doesn't matter if it's solid wood or plywood. If it sounds pleasing to your ear, that's all that matters at that stage, okay? So number 6, parents need to set specific practice times for their children. I see today very lax situations. The child is playing soccer, taking dance lessons, has 3 projects at school. If you're going to play music, you need to set a time and dedicate that time to it. And as an adult student or player, the same thing. You need to have the discipline to sit down and play. I see so many, particularly young students, that are incredibly smart individuals, intelligent individuals. They understand the concepts. They know that this is a C, this is a D. They know what a chord is, and they think they know it. But what they don't do is they don't sit down and physically play to where their hands get stronger and they have more control over their hands. And they're playing music. They understand the mechanics, but they don't play enough to put the mechanics to use. So parents need to set specific practice times. You'll also find there are no shortcuts. Play, 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 practice, practice, practice. I never considered practice a negative thing. I just loved to play the guitar. So it didn't matter if I sat down and had to struggle to learn a new chord or a new scale, right? Because I just enjoyed playing. Not everybody's the same. And in those situations, that's where discipline and setting some goals. Can I play these chords? Can I play them the major scale? That's where setting goals come in. And you're going to find that with music, quite often, a child's mathematics skills, reading skills, discipline, and a sense of accomplishment are all benefits of playing a musical instrument. So it's really important that we fight those practice battles with our kids and with ourselves to sit down and practice, because what you're giving someone is a gift of playing music for the rest of their life. What an inexpensive investment for something that you're going to use for a lifetime. I'm reminded of a quote I just read from, I believe it was Ace Frehley from Kiss. If you have a guitar, you have a friend for life. And I've seen that quote attributed to several other people. But you know what? It's really true. If you have a musical instrument, if you play a musical instrument, you have a friend for life. It doesn't necessarily have to be a guitar. I have trouble relating to that because my parents used to tell me put the guitar down and go outside and play. Well, my solution to that was take the guitar outside and play. And because I just love to play. Not everybody has that same level of passion, but it still doesn't mean that they cannot learn some basic music that will entertain themselves, entertain their children, keep their mind active, and play for the rest of their life. So practice, practice, practice. Find teachers that you can relate to. Play an instrument that is comfortable and pleasing to listen to and easy to hold. And fight the battles with your children to practice on a regular basis, because the gift that they will end up with far outweighs the discomfort of having these discussions to go do your practice, go do your homework. So it's an amazing gift. It's a gift of life, a gift for life. I'm heading to 68 soon, and I'm going to say on an average 60 years, music has been important to me. And, there are events in life that sometimes take you away from it, sometimes take you away from it for a period of time. And fortunately, I retired a couple years ago. I can now, I have time to play. And the funny thing is, I'm just now realizing that there's so much to learn. And the only regret that I have is my lifespan is limited. And I will probably never be able to obtain everything that I want to do on the guitar. And I really wish I would have applied myself much harder when I had the time. But I didn't, so now I make the most of what I can, and I try to learn as much as I can, and I try to enjoy it. I don't have to try to enjoy it. I love it. I love learning things. And you will too when you get past, the struggle of moving your hands, and that's where the physical practice needs to take hold. So enough. Johnny Corbin signing off. I got the musical hat on today. If you don't know the story behind that, well, it's probably up there on YouTube somewhere. If not, it's on Facebook. And, I got to say, Corbin Guitars. We've worked at this since 2006. Corbin is not a new brand. It's a proven instrument, and this is my MDG. I think the number at the time was called a 720. Maybe it was an 810, and it became a 720. Solid cedar top, ebony board, locking machines. And this guitar now has been with me for, 10, 12 years. And it's been played a lot. And it is just, it's home to me. It feels right. It sounds right. So, find your instrument. And it's not the instrument that makes you a good player. It's the time you put into playing your instrument. Take care, everybody. Thank you for your time.